So I've been checking out the dynamic QR code API in Daraja, and I found a pretty useful use case for it. So maybe a website where artists can upload their art, and if you want to download it for a wallpaper or for personal use, you can get to donate to this particular artist to support their work. So when you get to downloading it, you get a QR code which you can scan and make some donation to this artist. So yeah, I thought that would be pretty interesting. So if you're new here, do subscribe to the channel and let's just get straight to it. Without risk of sounding like a broken record, this is what we're going to be creating. So this is going to be the project demo. So you're not going to need a lot of stuff to get ready to work on this. You're just going to need an internet connection, which so far of course you do, a code editor, and an account with Daraja. So basically this is the project. If someone wants to download an image from the site, before they go ahead and download and go away, of course, then you can allow them to be able to donate to the particular artist to support this particular endeavor. By scanning this QR code using the Mpesa app, they should be able to tip you a little something. These are the steps that we are going to be following as we go into this tutorial. So I'll provide everything in terms of the CSS and HTML that will be needed, because this is not a front-end tutorial. So yeah, I'll provide all that. The links will always be down in the description. And also, be sure, I know I've said this a lot of times, but if you want to support the channel, go ahead and just hit that subscribe button, and let's just get straight to it. So right here, I have this code editor blank right here. I've just created a folder called QR tutorial with nothing whatsoever added to this. So I'm just going to open this up on my localhost. So localhost QR tutorial. So as you can see, this is how it is. So let's just get straight to it. So step one, let's go ahead and generate the access token. So to do that, let's just go ahead and go into the file. I'm going to create a new file and I'm going to call this access token.php. Just go ahead and open some PHP tags right there. Then what you want to do is first enter your consumer key. Then you want to just duplicate this downwards. So instead of consumer key, this is going to be the secret. Then what you are going to do is enter the access token URL. So to do that, let's head back into the Daraja and then just go onto APIs, and this should be under authorization. So this is the endpoint that we're going to be hitting. So just get back here and then just type in access and then just paste this in here. So if you are going live, you'd have to change that. Now let's define the headers. So of course the content type first is JSON. So just type in content type. That is application. Also be sure to add right here the character set to that. Then once you have declared the headers, you now have to activate curl in order to be able to make this request. So curl in it, then just pass in here the access token URL like so. Then once you have done that, now you have to set up some options for curl. Set option, and be sure to pass in curl. Just look for that option here, header, pass in headers, close that. So same thing, and set this to true. So just now realizing there's a bit of an error here, right here. So I'm just going to duplicate this so that I don't keep repeating myself a few more times. So for the second option is the header. So just go ahead and change this. For the user password, that will take in the consumer key and the consumer secrets. So the consumer key, then concatenate that with the consumer secrets, like so. Then once you have set all those options, the results here is going to be you execute your curl, which actually just makes a request to the access token URL, that is the endpoint we got from Daraja, and then passes in those options. Then from then you'll be able to access the status variable. So just go ahead and say curl get info, pass in curl. Then we want the curl info HTTP code right here, and then just close that up. Let's go ahead and JSON the code because we're getting this as JSON. So that way the access token will be accessible to you as a variable. So access token is gonna be the results. Then from the result we can now access the access token. So yeah, then just close curl. So right here I can now go ahead and echo, go ahead and echo the access token like so. So first let's get our consumer key and secrets. Just go to your apps and then pick one sandbox up and stick to that one. So I'm going to pick this Daraja one. I'm going to copy the key. You don't have to copy this my key because this is just sandbox, so you can easily get one by registering on the website ASAP. So now we have this. Let's just go ahead and test this and see if it works. So I just head back here and then I'm going to refresh, and now we have this. So if I click on this, yeah, so we are generating an access token, which is good news. It's a start. So I can go ahead and close this off. So next we have to generate the QR code. So let me just go ahead and comment this out. Okay, so let me now go ahead and create the index.php. It's going to be now the entry file. Open up some PHP tags like so. Then now, since we already have the access token, I can just go ahead and then include that. So I'm just going to say include. I can include it once. Then I can just do that. And that way I don't have to have the code clunky right here. So the first thing is the endpoint that we'll be hitting, which is APIs. Then under dynamic QR code, click on learn more. Copy this. So once you have copied that, head back to your code. Then I'm just going to say the QR. I'm just going to call it QR code. You can name it anything. And then just paste that right here. So once you have stored that, let's go ahead and declare some more variables. So merchant name, we do fortune, dev. For the account number, I'm going to do just something random. So since we are designing this for the gallery, I'm going to call this image maybe 001, something of the sort. Okay, so for the business shortcode, that is going to be the default Safaricom sandbox particular shortcode. You can find this information at your Daraja dashboard. So now we have to structure the payload, which is going to be an array containing all the data that we wish to send so as to be able to make this particular request. So variable payload is gonna be an array, and in this array you have merchant name. So be sure to be very careful here. This is where you cannot blunder, so to say. There is a reference number. This is essential in most transactions so that you can have something unique as an identifier. So the reference number is gonna be the account number. So like that, a comma. Next you have the amount. So this way you can have it dynamic to every particular user or something. Also for the account number, you can have that to be dynamic. But in this case, I'm just going to do like something like 10 bob. for all this information about all this, you can head back here, and everything in the request body is explained. So for everything that we are declaring here, you can find it out here what they mean. So for example, this is the transaction reference, this is the amount, then the transaction type is actually like paying a merchant, so that is buy goods. You have withdraw cash at agent still, that is WA, pay bill, send money is SM, send to business, etc. So you can generate this for like a pay bill, which is what we're doing in this case. You can generate this for send money to a mobile number. So yeah, etc, etc. So let's just go ahead and put this to pay bill. So transaction code, sorry, I keep calling that transaction code, but it's actually defining the type. So this to pay bill. Then you have the CPI, which is actually credit party identifier, which is it can be a mobile number, a business number, an agent still, pay bill, etc. So it is a string, so that way you can determine also, like if you want this to be a phone number, you can set that up. Just food for thought. So CPI. So for CPI, that is going to be the shortcode. And then finally, you have the size of what you want to be generated. So this is the QR code in pixels. So it's always going to be a square. That is how QR codes are. So this is where you decide the size you want. So let's just go with something that is prominent enough to be scannable. So for the size, I'm going to go with 300 pixels. I'm going to do something like 250. Yeah. And with that, we are done with the particular payload. So next, you initiate curl, which is what you use to make such requests in PHP. Then now you set up the options. So curl set options array. So pass in the initiation for curl, then the array. Okay. now that we have this, we can now access the response, which is going to be just executing the call. Then of course from there you can now decode this data. So JSON decode, then you have the response right there. This response. Oh, sorry, we also made a mistake right here, but it doesn't really matter as long as you make sure the variable that you're passing remains the same. So variable res, then you can, from there you can now get the QR code itself since you have decoded that data. So what we're going to do is say variable, I'm going to store this as image, then I'm going to put this as a JPEG base 64. Then from here, just access the QR code like so. Okay, then let's just go ahead and echo this. For line 22, call option header, that should be call option HTTP header. So just go ahead and add that like so, and we should be good. We should be good. We are actually generating the QR. So let's just go ahead and close that option out. So that is kaput. So now we have the gallery and the model. That is what we have left on this. So first of all, let me go ahead and get rid of this. That it stops printing. So next, what we'll need here, we're using Tailwind. So I'll leave this down in the description. So first of all, go ahead and go into Tailwind. Just search for Tailwind and click on installation. So for this one, we're going to be using the CDN to just get be up and running fast. But if you decide to work with Tailwind, don't use this in production with this. Then one thing we're going to be using also is a library I find to be very elegant and I've been using for a while. This is Daisy UI. So go ahead and go into Daisy UI as well. So while that loads up, let's just go ahead and grab this. So this is the one I used. So you can go ahead and get this. So go ahead and paste that into the body. And just for a bit of decency, like that. So now that we have that, you can go ahead and now include the Daisy UI as well. But you just want to grab this link for the CSS. Then just go ahead and paste it right here. So boom, you have that. So if I go ahead and head back to the site and refresh this, you have the gallery that we had in the finished project. So what I did here, first of all, I just duplicated this just because. So these items, just duplicate the inner elements, not the entire container. And if I go ahead and refresh, boom. I don't know why it's taking that long. But basically that's just doubling the images that we have here. Then what I did is went and under components, just search up the model. So here are the models right here. So just go for the responsive one. This is the one I used, and it's actually interesting because they're using the dialog HTML tag, which is now natively supported by most browsers, which means you can actually create models without complex JavaScript, which is actually awesome. It's actually very awesome. So just go ahead and grab that code. Then under the body right there, just paste it, just style it a bit. Then now, what is used to initiate this particular pop-up is this on click. So what we're going to do is we're just going to grab this as it is, and then I'm just going to delete this entire line like so. So what is actually going to happen is I'm going to put this in this divs, so that if you click any of the images, you get the model like so. Like so, one more, and just for good measure. Okay, so if I head back, refresh the site, if I go ahead and click, I get that model. I get that model. Okay, so you can go ahead and type in hero. So here you had a lot of options. So the one I went for is basically this one without, and I just basically got rid of all the text that I did not need. So just go ahead and copy that. So in here, let's get rid of all this content. You don't need this. Get rid of all that. So let me just explain this. So basically, let me get rid of this. So if I go ahead and refresh this page, so if I click on this, as you can see, we have the donate to support artist, scan QR code to check out, and if I click out, there's no escape. So not unless I click on that download image, which right now hasn't been configured to download anything. Okay, so now let's just get the QR code in there. So what you have to do is just go into the image tag, then open up some PHP tags. Then now what you will do is you just echo out this particular image variable. So right there, just echo variable image like so. And so if I hit back, give it a refresh, how do I feel like there seems to be no space up top? Let's do some break tags right there, like so. Refresh. Okay, nice. So if I go ahead and click on any image, I get that pop-up. Yay. So let's just go ahead and scan this and see if it actually works. Okay. So just go ahead and launch your M-Pesa app. Then you'll find it at the top right corner. Just hit on that. So if I go ahead and click this, it's almost instant. Almost instant. So I can go ahead and pay 10 shillings to that particular pay bill number. So yeah, there's a lot more you can do with this. So just go ahead, go wild with this and see what you guys can come up with. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. So just go ahead and comment. And if you made this far, thank you. I really appreciate you making it this far and supporting. So yeah, smash the subscribe button and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.